If there's one time of year that I have your backs, friends, you know that it is Erin Condren Life Planner launch time. That's right, I have a life planner to show you all, so let's dive in and see what's going on. We got some accessories. Let's see what's new, what's the same this year, and I'd love to hear what you all think. Here it is in all of its metallic, colorful beauty. Really fast before we dive in here, if you have questions about other designs, all the layouts that are going to be available, all of those sorts of things, go check out my Instagram video that I posted recently, my last reel. It has all the details that you need to know about launch in under 3 minutes. I'll put the link here also in my caption. Go check that out if you have questions. Today's video is really going to be focused on this colorful hourly and then the markers that also are coming out with this launch. So we're going to do a comparison between how this one is like this year compared to last year. Also, if you want to see layouts, like examples of how I would use this with my work or how I would use this with my kids' schedule, go ahead and skip to the end of the video or watch through, and I'll have those there as well. So let's dive in. Before I open this beautiful planner, I'm going to share with you what I got in the little package that comes with the planner. So I opened it up so you all wouldn't have to hear the rustling of the plastic, and it came with these things. So we had a black dual tip marker in their new design that I absolutely love. That's like this matte material with their asterisk logo. So I'm going to show these off later, but I'll give you a little sneak right now. That is their new design for their dual tips this year. And so this came with it. So I think that everyone will get a black pen or marker, which is so cool because then like it's the perfect thing that you need. If you just have a planner and a pen, you're ready to start planning. All the rest of the stuff is extra and fun. So that comes with it, it looks like. And then we have 2 postcards. So in the past we've gotten some compliment cards. This year we're getting a couple of postcards. Those are cute. You can send those out to people. Don't forget you have them. I do that a lot. And then we have a 20% off coupon, which Erin Condren often does. Sometimes we've had 2 in the past. We usually do. This time we have 1. I'm just grateful for it. I know times are rough in the economy, so I wasn't sure if they would even have this, but they do. And then just remember to use it before next year's launch. That's usually when it expires. And now the part you have all been waiting for. Let's dive into the planner. Here it is. Again, we have the metallic sheen, which I love on the colorful theme for this year. The theme is called Hexagons. I went with the gold, which seemed like an obvious choice to me because it has the gold here. But if you're someone who is going to change up their planner covers a lot, think about that. Oftentimes I'll go with platinum like I did this year because it matches really well with whatever I choose. I just liked how it looked together, so we went with gold. But you can go with whatever planner coil you think matches your style and what covers you'll be using throughout the year most. Okay, now we open it up and we have the inside dashboard like we've had for a while. I don't know what I did with my 7x9 colorful one that I had for this year, or even neutral one, but this is like an A5 one that I had, so same thing. You can see from this last year, same, so we're used to this. I don't use this too much, but a lot of people do like that it is good with wet erase, dry erase. I usually will use Sharpie because then it doesn't rub off at all. So whatever you like for that, that's cool. I just feel like there are a lot of notes pages and other dashboards that I use instead. And then we had this last year too, a clip-in coil here, ruler and stencil. And so that is just great for whether you want to use it for bookmark or to actually use it as a straight edge or to measure things. It works out great. Then we have the vellum page that Erin Condren always has. Now, something that people are sad about is that recently Erin Condren had changed the vellum page to have the actual design on it instead of having it underneath. And this year it looks like they went back to having it just a plain vellum page, which still looks nice, but they have printed on here instead. So I'm sure that that's probably a cost change, so it's fine. I don't go back and look at the vellum that often, even though I really did like that also, so it is a little bit sad. Then, wow, when you turn to open this, I did not see this before starting to film. This is beautiful and so bright and so cheery, so kind of is everything that the colorful theme represents. So that's just a happy page. I'll probably come back to it a lot. And then, as always, Erin Condren has their kind of 1.5 year overview here. So this planner goes, for mine, the one that I got, goes from July to July. So we're going through 12 months here, but you can get an 18-month option. Even if you get the 12-month option, though, you will get through to this next year. So you can see the dates, you can mark them with dots if you want, and this is something that we've always had. So you can see here, again, this is neutral, so the fonts are a little bit different, so don't look at that, but same thing, no changes here. And then we have the 12 boxes, dates, days here, and again, same thing, same words, same boxes, all of that. This is something that you can use. There's so many ideas. There are videos, just go YouTube this. There are different video ideas for how to use all of these, but a lot of people will put it by months. I'll have January, February, March, April, whichever way you want to count. I always do it like this. And things that you want to accomplish that month throughout the year. Or what I do is I have kind of little like bucket lists for all of them. So I have parks I want to visit, restaurants I want to try, activities, fall bucket list, like pumpkin festival and things like that, museums, all of that sort of stuff that I want to do with my family. And then we turn into the month page. So, okay, this is actually a little bit different. I was looking because when I turn into mine, it goes straight to July. Now, the reason why this is different this year is because Erin Condren has given us 2 extra spreads. So even though the planner would normally start here in July, they have given us a May monthly spread and a June monthly spread, so that right when we buy our planner, we can use it. Now, it doesn't have like the days or the weeks in there, but we're able to at least have the months to start decorating, to start playing with our planner, to put our schedule in there. So that's nice. I know some people are bummed about not having like the weeks, but this is more than we've had before. So I am grateful and I appreciate it. And you can see what the design looks like, how they've incorporated it in the top here. And then other than that, the monthly layout is pretty much the same. So here, let's see. Yep, looks the same. Words look the same, box sizes look the same, column looks the same. So just, of course, this being a neutral, there's no design on it, but here we have the colorful design in the corner as always. We have holidays in here, which makes it easy. Wow, again, I'm loving these tabs. I'm glad I went with the colorful this year. It's July. And then here, I'll show you all the months, and then we'll go back to the weeks. August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, whoops, almost skipped May, June, July. So again, you can get an 18-month one if you want more. I usually do, but this year it's just depends on the size of coil you want and everything like that, and when you'll get your next planner. Okay, after turning from the month page, we have Erin Condren's classic dashboard page. And again, this is very similar to what we've had before in terms of having a dashboard page and having a line page. Now the difference is you can see here that they have changed up what the dashboard page looks like. So rather than having this big area here and this little one dots, they've moved these over, so you can see those here. And then instead of just a big blank spot, they have to-dos. And then instead of the dot grid, which I actually really liked the dot grid, but it's okay. Then we have lines, and it's a smaller lined area. So overall, I think this is going to be a positive change because I know that I used to use this for not necessarily to-dos. Sometimes I'd write birthdays or bills I had to pay or whatever. But either way, you can put a sticker over this or white it out and write over it. But I like having the check boxes here. And then here, will still probably be able to use what I used this for before, which was like bills and stuff like that. So let me know what you think. Do you like this change? I know early on people have seen some sneak peeks, have liked it. Then we go into the week. So this is the hourly again. So you get the hours and the half hours that aren't labeled, but they're in there as the boxes. This layout is almost exactly the same as what we've had this last year, but can you spot the difference? We still have the days at the top. We have the holidays there, a little space. We have the space at the bottom here for whatever, if you have something like at 10 p.m. instead, or you want to write your meals. We have the 2 habit trackers, the lines for the to-do, but this is gone. Now, personally, I use this a lot to highlight like what week it is so I can see where we are in the month, but I'll live. It is nice. It looks clean. I'm very curious what people are going to think. I think in general, in a lot of the planners in the daily planner, they took this away because people asked. So maybe people will be happy. It's not that hard to just turn back and look at your calendar. So here we are. We have more space here. For people that didn't like the little calendar, it's your time to celebrate. One thing that I have gotten asked on Instagram is if the color changes for the month still in the colorful. So that's something that in the hourly it wouldn't have, like here when it switches from May to June. There's no separation. So if you don't like this is the way to go. But we do still have that here where it switches from June to July, then it switches the color of June to Erin Condren's July color. I like it. If I'm going colorful, I like that it shows me the difference. It can be a little tricky with sticker kits and stuff if you want, but again, you can color over it, put a sticker over it, and then here you go. Same every week until you get to the end where you have a blank page, which I love to use this page for things that I'm going to use the next month. So I'll put August to-dos or August bills or August projects or whatever, or like a birthday party that I'm planning in August. I'll put it here, and then it's really easy to find with the tab. So then we've went through all of these, all of the months, and then we skip to the back. So in the last month, we have July, all of July. We have some blank pages. Look, we get a couple of days of August here. We have some blank pages, and then the official notes tab where your notes start. And so these are a bunch of lined pages, and then this budget tab is an add-on. So you can pay to have add-on pages if you want, and these budget pages are new. So this is something that's new, and I've noticed, I don't know if they're still going to have this or not. I feel like it's not going to change, but this spending summary actually should not be a spending summary page. So I'll probably just not use it. And then start here on, we have debt or payment plan trackers. So I'll show you what I mean about this, because debt or payment plan trackers, I'll have like my student loans on here. We have a few pages of those. Then we have savings tracker. Have some pages of those. Oh, look, we have saving tracker, debt tracker, saving tracker, saving tracker. Okay, so there's a little bit out of order here. But those look like the debt tracker. They look like they're the same layout, just different headings. So I'll probably just fix that one. But that's something that, maybe think about if you want these additional pages. And then we have the spending summary. So I feel like this spending summary should have been a debt tracker instead, or they should have put all the spending summary pages in front. Maybe I'll do that. Some people uncoil and then reorganize their planner if they want to switch to have the colorful tabs in a neutral planner or something. So maybe if I care enough, I'll uncoil it. Or you can cut the pages, snip them and then reorder them if you do that carefully too. So anyway, we have spending summary here. Erin Condren also has a little notepad that's a spending summary that I've started to use a lot. So that's nice, and that's why I wanted to try these pages in my actual planner. And these are also perforated, so I don't know if you can see that, but here, this is going to make some of you cringe that I'm doing this. It's going to make me cringe too. But it's perforated, so you can take them out and put them wherever if you want to save your spending or anything like that. So we have a ton of pages here, all the spending summaries. And then blank page. We have more holidays that aren't necessarily in your monthly planner, but you can add them there on your weeks, extra days. And then we have Let's Keep in Touch. I'm very curious if anyone uses this. I feel like this might be a generational thing because I always forget this is even in the planners, but it is in the other one too. This is also in previous planners where you can kind of schedule for things ahead if you have doctor's appointments or birthdays or anything like weddings. This is a good way to have what's after your planner and then transfer it to your new planner. We have our final pages, and then we have stickers. So the stickers are a little bit different this year, I believe. They're similar. Let's see. And then these pages are always the same. So let's see what the stickers look like. So here, you can see, okay, it's pretty similar. To-dos. Okay, so it looks like we have some budget stickers, which are good because they go with what we have for the budget one there. Again, this is neutral, so that's why it looks a little bit different. We have some more dots. I do like this page better. And then this is always the same. Classic. Here we go. And then, as always, Erin Condren has a little pocket at the back. Same as last time, same as every year. Which I use this a lot. I put a lot of things in here, whether it's receipts, pictures, documents, bills, things like that. And then the back page is the same. And there we go. So, some extra details before I walk through the different layouts that I'm going to show you. I'm going to cut this and then skip, and I'll magically have layouts already done for you all. Two things are different. One is, instead of these kind of bookmarks, which I love and I use all the time, you can see one here on where I'm using it for my current planner. Erin Condren is switching to some metallic like squares. Again, go look at my little launch video that I had. And then, great news, besides just liking how these look on the outside and how they feel, Erin Condren has made them to match with the monthly tabs. So you can see the July, like this color, perfectly matches July. So if you are like me and you want to use the markers and pens and dot and whatever of the ones that match, then you can see all of those here. So I won't go through all of them, but you can tell like this is August, September, we have purple for September, October, all of the different colors here. So I'm very excited about that. That is something that I don't use my markers, my dual tip markers enough, and this might be the thing that makes me do it. Like, I don't really like to write with them because I like writing with pens, but I might like box some of the dates that are special or something for that month, especially since it matches. So let me know what you think about the markers, and let's dive into some sample layouts. Okay, let's dive into how people actually use these planners. So I'm going to show you how I would use it if I were using it as a work planner, which normally I kind of have a fusion between work and personal, and then personal. So here is a monthly spread if I were solely focused on work. Usually I combine these two things. But here's how I would use it if you're thinking, how would I use this life planner for work? I would maybe have some motivational quotes, mark what my paydays are, team events, travel to different conferences or things like that, important projects, deadlines or starts, webinars, when I need to submit expenses, days off, PTO, things like that. And then here again, I would list what I want to do for work that month. So this is what it would look like in the monthly spread for a professional approach. And then and obviously you can decide if you want to use rainbow washi, or you can mute the colors down depending on what your job is and what the culture is there. We'll go in a little bit to what this would look like in a weekly spread. But before that, I wanted to show you the monthly spread in personal, family, life, things like that. So this is very typical of how I normally would use my planner. Sometimes I'm able to use more stickers, sometimes not, but the same ideas. I would be marking off when I have trips, when my daughter has camp, when my son has games, when my friends' birthdays are, when show premieres are, different events that are going on in the city, Father's Day, like I need to remember that, get a gift. So that's probably what the first thing I would write to do there. Good reminders, like if I'm going to go on a trip, then pack for the trip. And then if I have time, I love to just have stickers and use themes that match with the Erin Condren color, especially if you're in a colorful planner. It's just so fun. And thankfully, like these stickers, this marker actually I used here, these are all the Erin Condren stuff. So all the colors coordinate, which is really nice. Okay, let's take a look at what the weekly spreads look like. So this is what a weekly spread for me would look like for work. So here I have my to-dos for the week, things like drafting newsletters, scheduling social media posts, whatever. Like I want to do those every day. I want to try to get my inbox down to 0. This is highly unlikely, but we're going in a mock world here. And then these are things that actually are very similar. And this would be a goal that I have, but these are very similar to what I have day to day. So I'd have Monday through Friday. The yellow marks off the hours that I'm actually working. In the morning I like to check social media, create content or schedule content, check emails, and then I have all of these meetings and different things, webinars and projects throughout the day. The things that I have stickers with are the things that are just scheduled, like very unlikely to change, although you can see here I have a rescheduled sticker. Sometimes I have some canceled stickers. The things that I have in pen are where I'm time blocking. They're things that I want to use this time for, but they're not necessarily permanent. So those are a little bit more flexible. I marked here when payday is, and then the weekend. And what I would do if I were using this planner or any of the life planners of Erin Condren just for work and not for personal and not integrating those things, then I would either put like a sticker where you can just write notes, or use Post-its here where you can write different notes about projects, or if you have something coming up that's maybe tentative, then you could use stickers like this. So that's why I have all the Post-its here. That's what I would use this weekend, and maybe even the night space for is just like putting these around here as things that you need to work on, or if you do need to work on the weekend, which isn't fun, but it happens sometimes. And then this is what it would look like, and what it often does look like in my personal life. So I have a family. What am I doing with them? I've marked off again where I have my work hours, so I know that's where there's not very much going on in those times. We have appointments, lunch dates, things like that when I have to drop off my kids for school, when I pick them up. And then we have the afternoon, evening activities, grocery shopping, gymnastics, community group. On Fridays, we like to get ice cream and then do board games or something. Weekends, since this is October, hopefully we're going to a pumpkin patch, cleaning, church, planning, all of those things. And then fun things to remember, like when to put the trash out to make sure it's ready to go. Fun stickers like this, pumpkin stickers. This is hand can plan stickers, so she has the cutest sticker kits. So I'll give her a little shout out here of what I'm using. And then my to-dos and some goals. And then vitamins, workout, whatever, water, whatever kind of things that you want to have here. Now, my usual planner actually is kind of a combination of these things. I usually do put all the personal stuff first, and then I put my work meetings in here. So this is very typical of what I would have, but then plus my work calls in here. Oh, also for this spread, I used the yellow orangish marker, the marker that matches with October for this part, the one of the new Erin Condren pens, and then the black one is what I used for everything else. So if you want to see what the difference is, this is what a regular pen looks like, gel pen, and then this is the thicker side, this is the thinner side of these markers. So they worked really well and it looks really nice. So if you have any questions about this, let me know, put it in the comments. Is it similar to how you would use your planner? Is it different? Do you have other ideas, suggestions for people? Let's get the conversation started and help everyone be able to use their planners to make their lives organized and fun and how they want their ideal goals to look like. Now you have all the details for the Erin Condren Life Planner launch 2025-2026. Let me know down in the comments below. What did you think about this? Do you like the OG Erin Condren feel of the hexagons? What do you think about the add-on pages, the slight layout changes? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to give this video a like and to subscribe to my channel to keep making planning fun together.